Hart. Hi, John.
Hi.
Good to
See you again. Yeah.
Welcome back.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And I just want to say, just so we get it totally, it's the Vote Yes Citizens for Jackson District Library.
There you go.
So we're not just saying we're support it. We want people to vote yes, and we want them to aggressively vote yes. We want to get 70% of the people affirming that the library is something worthwhile, and that is a good use of investment.
So why do we have a millage question for the library?
Well, it is a millage. It's backed by a millage. It's not a part of the county budget. Mm-hmm. It's every 8 years. So the last one was in 2016. And so, 90% of the operating millage operations budget is from this millage. Okay. So it's a significant amount of the budget, and it is the main investment because it's a community investment.
So it's with this money, you're paying all the staff, you're paying for the lights, you're everything.
Paying for new books, new materials. Materials are way much more than books these days. It's DVDs, an electronic branch of the library that's fully stocked. You can rent books, rent movies, rent television online. You can download 10 albums a month. You can find foreign films, new independent films, large scale films. So it's to get those kind of materials, and then it's to maintain all the programming. They have programs that 30,000 people a year attend throughout the entire county. So it will go to fund all of those things, plus just putting the lights on, paying the cleaning crew, maintaining all the grounds. Lots of the funds have gone over the last 8 years. And I think that this is something that everyone can see if they go to the library, is driving money back in to revitalize and renovate all of the branches, and that will continue to go on. They just fixed all the windows. So the library itself and their administration has been using all these dollars to serve the community and make the branches nice places to be in a variety of settings.
That's one thing that is noticeable and that you got to admire is the improvements, the maintenance, the care of all of the facilities have been done without the library coming to us and saying, hey, we need more money, we want to add on, we want to remodel. You've been able to do it with the money you have.
Yeah, the amazing thing is, it's a $10 million budget to maintain 13 branches across the county. And it's actually a lesser cost, because if you look at the, costs of prices for things and inflation and changes in rates for everything over the 8 years, it's not asking for an increase. It's saying, we're going to do the same stuff, maintain the high quality of what we've had for the same amount of money that we asked for 10 years ago. So, I think it's really important. On a house that's about $130,000 a year, it's $130 a year to that cost of that property owner. So we have a sliding scale of above that and below that, but that's $10 for access to all kinds of different media and new things, and that's like not even stuff. It's computers and research and programming. So, I don't think that I have anything that I get for like $10 a month that is so broad. Besides that, you can get meeting rooms across the county for free. Mm-hmm. You can have little group study sessions. You can look at periodicals. It's just so amazingly broad, and I think just so valuable. If you think about our county, how it's changed over the years, we used to have 3 or 4 bookstores in the city of Jackson that were new bookstores. We don't have any new bookstores now. So the only place to browse in person new books is at your district libraries. And there you can go and browse tons of stuff. So I just think that foundationally, if the library wasn't funded, how are you going to have access to all those ideas, all of our common history that's in their archives? There's just no replacing the library.
Yeah, if you go into a library, you'll see how it's being used, and a lot of assumptions are made about the internet, that we don't need, a library because of the internet, but that's definitely not true.
Oh, no.
You see people researching genealogy, people doing research for their job, people applying, finding ways to apply for jobs.
Yeah.
Get educated for
yeah,
jobs?
it's just it's a ton of different things. And I mean, we were talking about this earlier. They have like kits that people can use. So there's like memory kits for people who have Alzheimer's that can, use those kits as guided, not treatment, but like, processes to remind themselves of what their life was like. They use music programming. They rent hotspots. That was the first place to have full free Wi-Fi, the library in the entire county.
It's still a place where a lot of people do access.
Yeah, and I mean during COVID, they opened it up to like a further, shot the signal out further. So students that were at home that needed to research and didn't have access. I feel that the library fills in a lot of places where people don't have access, and all it does is build people. So I'm just like, for a simple investment, what it pays out to everybody, I just can't say enough about it. When I was a kid, I didn't grow up here, but I grew up in Colorado, and we were the district seat and we had the district library. We only had one library, and it was the Carnegie. And I used to just sit at the foots of the stacks and read books, and they just let me. And I mean, I'd just go wherever, and they were welcoming because I think the library philosophy is like, we want all comers to learn about all different things, and we want to help you learn about what you want, or enjoy what you want, or learn how to do something that you want to do, or just help you have access so you can complete your homework. You can get a job. I mean, I just think it's an incredible investment. I don't know that people know the history of libraries, but libraries weren't always free, and the public didn't have access to them. You had to subscribe and be a member and all this stuff. And it wasn't until, like, I think the early mid 1800s that started to become more of a common thing, or maybe in late 1800s. So, I mean, it stands as a testimony in our downtown that that's a gift from Andrew Carnegie to have more people have access to the library. So,
When that first opened, men only.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. It is and it's a place for all people. So I think that we want to continue to make sure that our children have access. They can go to stories there. Us and our elders and our children. I mean, even the older age children can go there and learn about their own community. Can go to a common place where people don't have to spend money but can spend time together.
We take our grandkids there. They've got all kinds of cool things for them.
Yeah, I always love it.
Now, this is not, there's no new taxes. I think
Correct.
That's something you wanted to emphasize. No new taxes. It's just continuing.
It's the same. I think it's like really for that same money, because it is 8 years later, you are getting more services for that $10 million than you would, I mean, without a raise, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because I mean, you're getting the commensurate service, right, for 8 years later, and costs and different things. So I also think that the board and the people that work at the library have been very wise and have gotten a really good return. And I think if you walk into a library, you will see it. You don't even have to walk in there. If you have a card and you have a PIN, you can go on Hoopla and you can go on all of their other apps that they subscribe to for the people and access all those things, and you'll see exactly where the money's going. So I did, as a person that's been an organizer in the community of a lot of different events, they've always been an extremely dependable partner, have always staffed things well, have the right spirit of stuff. We'll get back to you and we'll be supportive. So I've never had an event where I've worked with the library and I felt like, wow, they didn't give me everything that they said they were going to do. So they always give the energy and support. So I don't know that there's I know we have lots of concerns in Millages, and I've heard that. We were discussing that a little bit before. But the library is one of those positive ones that it really pays out and pays forward.
Yeah, and you mentioned earlier, it's being used. There's tens of thousands of Jackson County residents that are using the library.
Yeah, and that's just programs people come to.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands of people are using it all the time, whether it's the virtual branch or in person, or So I just think there's such a variety, and we have 13. Yeah, we have 13 branches to serve all the people in the county, and that's an important part of it, right? If everybody supports the millage, they get the services. So.
Plus the bookmobile, the one on
Yeah.
wheels.
The bookmobile, and the bookmobile's cool. You can go to the website and check out all that stuff and see what the route is and everything. You can go to voteyesjdl.org. You can check out why we're saying vote yes. It gives you all the information. And if you want to donate or become active, let us know and we'll get you a sign and get you doing something.
Awesome. Great to see you, John. Thanks for coming in.
Good to see you.
Presenting the details on the library millage renewal request on the November ballot, John Hart. Stay with